What's up? What's good? It's your man McPrice Action here again. Back with another video. This is part two of how to become a profitable trader series. So in this series, guys, I'm hoping to change somebody's life. All right. So you know that if you've been trading for quite some time now, it's not easy to start making money off of Forex, right? You need to go through a lot. You need to learn, you need to understand how Forex works first before you can even deposit money and actually start trading. You could be lucky, you could put in some money, press buy, press sell, and actually make some money. But if you don't know where to put your stop losses, if you don't know where to put your take profits and all of that, you actually don't know how to trade. You just you're a gambler, right? So on this series, guys, I'm gonna try to go in depth. I know I've been showing the screen a lot. That's because I'm only trading Euro USD, EU. So I'm gonna try and go into what's happening here. I hope for you guys who've been watching my previous video, you are actually taking the time to also try and see what is happening on the screen right now. I left it there purposely so that you guys can maybe try and figure out what's going on. All right. So I'm gonna delete everything, right? All my drawings and everything. I usually keep them until I hit my TP, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna delete everything. I'm gonna get it back. Don't worry about it. So I'm just gonna try and explain as much as I can how I become or how I became a successful trader in the Forex market, right? So let's just try and delete these first. Okay. So guys, I'm not using any indicators. I'm not using nothing, only pure price action. And one thing that I need you guys to understand, right? I've got all the time frames, my favorite time frames marked out here. As you can see, it goes all the way to 12 months. And that's where we're going to start. So one thing that I need you guys to understand about the Forex market is that it's always repeating. It always repeats what it did before, right? Let me try and zoom this out a little bit. And it always has a trend. There's a trend either that it follows up to a certain point and it stops following it at a certain point and turns around, right? But one thing that I need you guys to understand is that the market only does two things. It's only either seeking liquidity or looking to balance price, right? Balance the market or whatever. So what I mean by that is liquidity are going to be points in where's my drawing tool? Where is my drawing tools? Right, brush. So whoa, okay. So liquidity areas, guys, it's going to be these areas. These are liquidity areas. Everything that you see me marking out here, these are liquidity areas, right? All of them. Unfortunately, I'm on this time frame right now. I know I can go to a lower time frame. I'm just trying to show you that the liquidity areas are the areas where all the highs and lows are, right? So prices are either seeking that or it's seeking to balance price. Okay, sorry for that. Balance price. I have to put off these drawing things before I can actually move here. So what do I mean by balancing price? So if you check this here, this area here, there is something called a fair value gap, right? A fair value gap is going to be the area between three candles, the space between three candles. So the space I'm referring to right now is this space right here. The space right here, sorry. Ooh, this is going to take a while. This space right here, right? Whoa. It's the ads, guys. Sorry. It's the ads. And my phone. So, I'm talking about this area here when I'm talking about balancing price. So, this is what we call FVG, fair value gap, right? So, price will always come back to these areas, as you can see, right? Uh, but what I actually want to show you is that price comes back to these areas and takes liquidity. So as you can see here, liquidity was taken, right? Liquidity was taken here. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Sorry guys, I'm taking so long. I'm using my phone. Most of the series is actually going to be shot on my phone because I sold my laptop. It's a whole different story, but I will be getting a laptop so that I can do these analysis a little bit more better. So I'm just trying to show you what happens here. Price was seeking liquidity and it took liquidity here in these areas. So what do we expect? We expect this liquidity to be taken, right? Simple. Here, price was simply balancing the fair value gaps, right? Here you can see there's a fair value gap over here, but there's another stronger fair value gap over here. Over here, this is a fair value gap right here, right? I hope you guys can see the screen. I really hope you guys can see the screen. Um, I'm trying to be as precise as possible, right? But I'm sure most of you guys watching this video understand the concept of fair value gaps and liquidity, right? So moving on from that, this is how I'm gonna start analyzing the chart, right? Not every day am I gonna come to the 12th month and see what's happening, but basically the simple thing that I need to see from the 12th month is this: price is moving up, right? So when it's moving up like this, we are taking all liquidity and balancing on the lows, right? That's all I need to know. So right now, I know that this area right here was an important area, right there. It's an important area, okay? So I know that the reason why price is actually rejecting that area is because it was done balancing. That fair value gap has now been mitigated. So all we're looking for right now is to come and take what? Liquidity here. Okay. But now remember, this is the 12 months, guys. You can't trade on the 12 months unless you've got like some serious cash. So you're gonna need to go down to the lower time frame. 6 months. So I would advise you, if you're a beginner trader, go step by step. Start from the 12 months, go down to the 6 month, go down to the 3 months, go down to the 1 month until you get down to the 1 minute, right? Not necessarily to the 1 minute, but I think in this video I'll try and explain what I mean, right? So now that we know that the direction or bias of the entire market of Euro USD is bullish, we're looking for buys, guys. We're looking to take liquidity. Remember this liquidity area here? That's what we need to be taking. But remember, the more we go into lower time frames, liquidity becomes uh, all these areas here as well. So this here will be liquidity, 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 right? This is liquidity. All these areas are liquidity. And price is seeking to take out those areas before balancing price. So we'd be expecting something like this for all that liquidities to be taken. And then finally, the final boss, right? And then rebalancing and then continuation up. Okay, sorry, my drawings are terrible, but I'm sure you guys understand, right? So we'll be looking to take liquidity. As you know, price always moves in step form, so it will be something like that: taking liquidity, rebalancing, taking liquidity, balancing, and then come back, rebalance, a huge rebalance, and then maybe the same thing again, right? That's essentially what we are looking for, guys. Simple and easy. That's what I see on the 6 months. So what I would be doing, the old me would actually be marking out all the potential FVGs, all the past FVGs. So for instance, I'd be marking this FVG out. I'd mark this FVG out to say, okay, price came back to this FVG area here, and then price moved down. right? It moved lower from this area. And then we came down to this FVG area here. And then we took that FVG. And then now price is looking to go up, right? Simple. That's all I'm looking for on the 6 months. That's the old me though. But right now, I'm not focusing on that area on top here because this area is a little too far for us retail trade. I don't like to call myself a retail trader, but we are retail traders. So you go down to the lower time frame. I'm sure you guys saw what I just did there. I marked out the rebalancing and the liquidity, right? Simple. Liquidity area rebalanced, right? That's simple. So we're looking for price to come take liquidity, right? So we go down. It's sort of like an analysis, and the lower we go down, you'll see if you're someone that takes trades, you might actually have an opportunity to take a trade on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, whenever price decides to give us a setup, right? So going down to the 3 months, what do I see? I still see the same thing, guys. Price was rebalancing over here. Now we're seeking to take liquidity over here. This is still the 3 months. But also another thing, if now you zoom in to the area that you're actually in, you'll see that in this area here, oops, sorry guys, in this area here is a fair value gap, right? This area, that's a fair value gap right there. And price came into it with this candle, right? This candle came into this fair value gap and mitigated it. And price never came back to break this low, right? Took that, we balanced price, but never went for liquidity. What does that tell us? It's more confluence to say that we might be going to an FVG on a higher FVG than this one, which is obviously going to be this FVG here. And when this FVG is mitigated and price still doesn't take the candle that mitigated that FVG, for instance, this candle here is the one that mitigated that 3-month FVG. And then price came down with this candle here, and we took liquidity, right? As you can see over here, that was liquidity taken, right? I hope you guys can see my drawings because my drawings are bad on this. So liquidity was taken here. This was the liquidity. Okay. So moving on. So if we were at the time on this, in this situation where we see liquidity is taken, what would we be looking for? We'd be looking for price to come and balance or rebalance somewhere around this area and then come back down and take this liquidity here, right? But that's not what price did. Price instead came down with this candle and didn't take liquidity here, and came down with the second candle and still didn't take that liquidity. So obviously on the lower time frame, something is happening. This is the rebalancing area, right? So because we are mostly bullish, we know that this is not odd or out of the blue or anything. We know that we have a target. Our target is this, right? That's liquidity, because we know whatever price was doing here, it was rebalancing price. Okay, so we're gonna go to a lower time frame. So now, obviously, another thing before I move on, obviously this fair value gap here was mitigated, and then price failed to take these candle out. Instead, it rebalanced here on this area and now is trying to take liquidity. Okay, I hope you guys understand. This video is already going on long enough. Like I said, guys, I'm doing my analysis on my phone, but it's not about where you're doing the analysis. In fact, I became profitable trading on my phone. So it's about the knowledge that you take from it. Okay. So if you're serious about your trading, focus. I mean, really focus. So we're gonna go down to the 1 hour now. We're focusing on that rebalancing and our target. So our target area, let me mark it out officially. Our target area is gonna be liquidity over here, right? I like my lines straight. I'm gonna change this to black. Black is my color, guys. It's my wife's color as well. So I'm gonna change it to black, and that is our target. That line that I just drew there is our target. And if you zoom in, you will see something here. There was an FVG right over here. This is an FVG, guys. And price came into it with this candle, right? And after it came into it with this candle, it came and took liquidity here, but it was actually rebalancing here. I'll show you in a minute how I see that it was rebalancing there. All right. And for you to be able to see that this was actually a rebalance, we have to go down to a lower time frame. So say we go down to the weekly, we're looking for that rebalancing area, right? Guys, a lot is happening right now with this video, but I really don't care. All I care about right now is getting the message across. So yeah, feel free to go all out on the comments. So this area here was a key area. As you can see, price has been here, right? Or rather, in the past, price has been here in that area, and also there was an FVG right there. Okay, so price came back up, was rebalancing on this area, and then we came down right here. We rebalanced. So we were not taking any liquidity areas here, which I understand why we are not taking this area. Because, guys, remember, when we started on the 12 months, the whole chart is what? It's bullish. So we're looking for taking liquidity on the on the buy side, not on the sell side, right? Hence I'm marking this area here as my target because we are bullish overall. Okay. Remember, we have a bias now. We're not trading aimlessly like we don't know where we're going. That is our area. So guys, I don't want to push this video to be too long because when a video is too long, people start losing interest in everything. So I'm gonna make a part 3. Part 3, I'm gonna be taking it from this weekly chart and trying to explain as quick as I can. I know I keep saying that, but trying to explain as quick as I can what happens from here. And remember, guys, the other thing is if you continue to watch my other videos, everything is going to be released within this weekend. So once you're done watching the video on Monday, you might actually have a setup. When I'm done explaining everything, I promise you should at least understand about 80% of how to become a profitable trader. All right, guys. Thanks. Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share with your friends. I mean, I know it's hard times right now. A lot is happening out there. People need money. People are struggling, and there is a way to get out, guys. And I hope this video is a part of that way to help you guys get out of that poverty system or mentality. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you on part 3.